Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, taking a look at race number 8 at Pimlico on Preakness Saturday. It's the $200,000 Chick Lang Stakes, and our coverage is presented by DRF Bets. Sign up for a new DRF Bets account and you can bet the Preakness with free cash. It's the freeness. Get a $100 deposit match bonus. DRF.com/bet. Here's the field of 3-year-old speedsters getting set to go 6 furlongs in the Chick Lang. Again, carded as race number 8. Matt, the number 5, Matoli. 3-5 on the morning line, coming off a 107 Beyer speed figure. Steve Asmussen, of course, won this race with Holy Boss a few years ago, second with Counterforce in 2016. Why am I a little bit concerned about Matoli's 107 Beyer? Wasn't that a race where Mr. Jägermeister was supposed to press and for some reason didn't, and Matoli ended up loose on the lead?
Well, they basically gift wrapped it to him, and I hate to say it like that, and I'm not taking away from the 107 that he earned, because you have to run fast to earn a figure like that, but that entire race changed when Mr. Jägermeister made a concerted effort to just take back and sit off. You were never going to beat him that day like that, and you weren't going to make Matoli have to work that hard. Now, the interesting thing about a race like this, I think there's plenty of other speed in here. And if you believe that maybe there's a scenario where maybe a little bit of a hiccup for this horse could potentially be an off track, because you only have to go 3 starts back. When I believe you and I, we did this. It was a race of the day in the gazebo, and we said, look, he's probably just going to bury these horses. Well, maybe that's what got him. He's probably going to deal with that again on Saturday. Is that enough reason to try to go against that at 2-5? I think so. Not
only did the weather maybe get him in the gazebo, but a fast pace duel did as well. And Timeform US thinks a similar situation is on the horizon for Saturday. You see the 5 Matoli, but you also see the 8 Old Time Revival, the 7 Curly's Rocket. Old Time Revival really ran well in the Grade 3 Gotham 3 starts back when Jeremy Rose tried to sneak away in that 1-turn mile and tried to steal it on the turn, only to be run down by a superior animal and enticed. I wonder if this horse is trending off form after a couple of tough races. That was a disappointing beat at 1-2 last time out when just unrateable on the lead.
You can only go pedal to the metal so many times, take something out of the horse. And I do wonder if we're at that point with Old Time Revival, perhaps he needs a little bit of a breather before we get to his best races. But boy, could he be a problem for a horse like Matoli or anybody else up front.
The 7 Curly's Rocket goes out for Al Stall, and I like this horse's performance over a wet track. His first start for Stall at Oaklawn on April the 13th. Gary Stevens wasn't fooling around. It looked like he could sit second comfortably off of the speed. He rushed up to battle with that horse on the outside, eventually put that horse away, and then went on to win as much the best, pairing up Beyer tops now in his last 2 efforts. I have a feeling this horse has a rating gear, and if he sits in third, he might get first jump on everybody turning into the stretch.
That's the key for a horse like this. Jose Ortiz is going to need to get him to relax a little bit and sit just off of those 2 horses, because if Old Time Revival and Matoli hook up early, this horse, Curly's Rocket, could be sitting in just the absolute beautiful position, take this thing over, turn him for home, and then hold off the closers.
How much does the layoff concern you with the 6 Runaway? Because this was a 2-year-old that showed quality in Southern California for trainer Simon Callahan. Winner of the Grade 2 Best Pal, 3rd behind Bolt d'Oro as the favorite in the Del Mar Futurity. The layoff, a little bit of a concern, but I kind of trust Callahan with these horses.
Yeah, I don't think this horse would be here if Simon Callahan didn't think he was ready to go. My concern is how good is he actually, because we've seen a number of these runaway and hides, very precocious early on, early 2-year-olds, where they go out there and they get a stakes win, and then they just sort of tail off form. I also do wonder a little bit that 85 Beyer and the Santa Anita Juvenile, I'm not trying to downplay mid-70s as a 2-year-old, but there's a part of me that wonders, okay, even if he moves forward to a low 80, that's just simply not good enough here.
Wet track, not a problem for the 1 Still Having Fun, who took the 1-turn mile Miracle Wood Stakes over Good Going. I kind of like the cutback for this horse, even though it is a significant one from 1 1/8 to 6 furlongs, because there is going to be so much speed and because this horse is proven coming from off of the pace. This horse ran a 92 Beyer as a January 3-year-old. I think he's a live long shot.
Agreed. You know, really draw a line through those 2 2-turn races, you're left with 4 really strong efforts all around 1 turn. This is probably what this horse has wanted all along. And also, don't overlook or underestimate the fact that up in that upper right-hand corner, he's 1 for 1 on a wet racetrack.
Another one that's 1 for 1 over a wet racetrack is the 2 Clouded Judgment, who by far and away ran his fastest race last time out over that muddy track for trainer Lacey Gaudet. A horse that likes to be close to the pace. I'm just not sure he has enough gas to go with the Matolis early. Can he sit and finish? He did it on turf.
Yeah, we'll find out. You know, I think it's a different ball game going 5/8 or 5.5 on turf than it is on dirt going 6. And I do wonder, boy, the speed that he's going to have thrown at him here on this day on Saturday afternoon. It's unlike anything he's seen. If he can successfully rate and come with a finish, then perhaps he's interesting.
New York bred stakes winner Aqua Belsar shockingly took a lot of early money in the early stages of the Grade 3 Bayshore before drifting up to an appropriate 24-1, finishing next to last. He then ran third in the New York Stallion Stakes, a horse with improving buyers, but he needs another boost to beat these.
Yeah, slow on paper right now. Going to need to run the race of his life just to get a piece.
Listen, if Mitole runs anything close to his most recent fig, he's going to win. We mentioned all the reasons why that might not happen. Completely different racetrack, completely different pace scenario. We're going to take chances against. Let's take a look at our top selections. You're going with the 9 Sutash, and I know you're happy with this outside post position, happy with a lot of pace up front, because Sutash is a horse that can sit and finish. We saw it going 2 turns, 2 back.
Yeah, you know what, this horse, I know he's a Florida bred and he's modestly bred, but I think he's a nice, talented one, and I don't want to hold the Hutchison against him. I don't think he ran terribly that day, but you bring up the 1, 2, and 3 starts back. I like the fact that he's shown that he can sit a little bit, particularly off of a hot pace, and go and get a talented horse. You see, he's finished ahead of World of Trouble. We know how talented he is. I just think there's a lot to like about Sutash. Perhaps the price is going to be the problem, though, because I think he is going to be a little bit of a wise guy.
Taking a little bit of a stab at the other Asmussen, the number 3 Pure Shot, debut winner at Saratoga, and I don't think it was the mud that did him in his seasonal debut. I think he was just a short horse off of a very long layoff, and he came right back after that race to pop a best buyer speed figure of 88, battling on the lead. Don't know why they threw him on turf last time out. Don't know if that's a good sign or not. I know he doesn't like turf. He's getting back to dirt here. The question is, can he sit and finish? He's never done it before, but at least the price will be right.
And there's a scenario, too, where I wonder, even if you let him roll, maybe he's just not naturally fast enough to run with those other horses, but that may be a good thing in this spot, where let him get into a comfortable rhythm, sit just off of him, and if for some reason that pace is unbelievable, he's another one that could be sitting just in that catbird seat.
Give me your top 4 picks, but I know you're betting Sutash if he's anything close to his 8-1 morning line.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's going to be sitting on a decent number. I don't know if he's going to be 8. He might be in that 5-1 range, but I'd play him there. I'm going to go 9, 5, 7, 8 in here.
I'm going to go 3, 5, 7, and 2. Pure Shot 10-1 on the line, worth a slight win stab. I'm also interested in using a little bit of the 7 Curly's Rocket, though, in multiple race wagers. I thought this horse ran well first time out for trainer Al Stahl. Again, if you're playing this star-studded Pimlico Preakness Saturday card, got to do it with DRF bets, because you bet the Preakness with free cash. You get a $100 deposit match bonus at drf.com/bet. Approximate post time for the Chick Lang, a 200 grander, race number 8, 2:45 Eastern. Best of luck.